What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Box. Today we're doing a very special unboxing in that I don't own this. No, I didn't steal it. Woodensnail has lent this to me to do an unboxing for, and so this is his, so I need to be very careful with it. Because it will be going back to him once we're done here. This is the GameSir G7 Pro wireless controller, the Wuchang Fallen Feathers limited edition. It was available on their website directly. I don't know if it's available anywhere else, but yeah. Make sure you check him out over on YouTube and Twitch if you want to see some more stuff. And if you want to, I'm assuming he'll be using this controller, so if you want impressions on the actual like usability and you know how it plays with, make sure to go check him out, ask him questions. And yeah, so this is, like we can see on here, you can get the G7 Pro wireless, I believe, on its own. I'm not fully up on the GameSir stuff, but I believe you can without like the beautiful artwork if you're not into beautiful artwork. So we've got tri-mode connection. I believe this actually connects wirelessly to Xbox, which is fairly new for Xbox third-party controllers. Most of them are wired to Xbox console, and but the 8-bit Do Rare anniversary one is supposed to be as well coming up, so it seems like they've opened up you know, wireless capabilities to third-party companies. But drift-proof TMR sticks, I've never heard of those. I've heard of Hall effect sticks. I don't know what TMR sticks are, but if they're drift-proof, that's great. Trigger and grip vibration, Hall clicky trigger stop, GameSir Nexus app. Ooh, I'm guessing that's how you probably customize maybe and map things. Sure, on the back here, you can see you've got high precision TMR sticks, linear output, ultra long lifespan, 3-port detachable faceplate for easy customization, 3.5mm headphone jack, optical micro switch, ABXY buttons, whatever that means. Ultra long lifespan, ultra fast trigger response, two mappable bumpers, that'd be nice. 2 lockable back buttons, I don't know what that means. Do they mean mappable or lockable? Weird. Toggle between micro switch and Hall effect analog triggers with vibration. That's on the triggers, obviously. Rubber coated anti-slip texture grips. All right, let's get into this. And not rip anything with the sticky. Give it back as best as to unused as possible. So, once we get that sleeve off, it is a plain white box. I'm hoping that dent was there when I got it. If not, I am very sorry. There we go. That's the controller. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Does come with the stand as well. I didn't mention that, did I? Right. Ooh. So the one thing Snail said to me before I started this was, I want to know if my keyring is in there. It's not in here, Snail, sorry. Anyway. So here we have the instructions with I'm being a lot more delicate than perhaps I usually go because, like I said, it's not mine. So, you know, if I break something and it's mine, that's, you know, whatever, it's mine. So we do have, there is a month Game Pass here that's unused, but I believe it's for new. You can't have ever had Game Pass to use these, so they're fairly useless at this point. Who hasn't had Game Pass that would want it? Got a GameSir sticker. In fact, that's 2 stickers, in fact. You've got the logo and then the chicken thing. The chicken, the GameSir. GameSir just in the game. Join the Discord community, contact us. Oh no. Oh no, I've got it stuck to the sticker. Oh no. D7 Pro wireless. So this is the instructions. So okay, so for it to work on Xbox, you have to plug in the receiver. So it's not wireless in the same way that a first-party wireless controller is, I guess. That's the one thing I was interested to know. I'm assuming the 8-bit do one will probably be the same. And that comes out in about a month, I think. But, you know, you could slot this in the back of the console. Not too intrusive, I don't think. So it'd be much of an issue unless you're using all USB ports already. Then maybe a hub. I don't know. There's ways to get around any issues with that. I'm doing the controller last. I know why. Here we have it. Here's the stand. It is a charging stand. As you can see, we've got the USB-C port in at the rear. Ah, nice. Okay, so that's slick. So you should be able to plug this receiver into here, I believe. What it's telling me to do. And then when you connect this, oops, then you could hook this up with this cable here. Which again, it's in the cable is in the colors of the controller. You guys can all see that. Yeah, so you'd be able to, and then plug this into back here. Then, you know, plug this into probably the back, or wherever USB port you want on the console. And then you should be able to use this as the receiver, essentially. So it will charge and receive, transmit, whatever at the same time on this thing. So when when you're done with it, you'll put it back there. You pick it up, it'll still be connected. That's really cool. That's really cool. The I don't know if the 8-bit do one that's coming out. I don't know why I keep mentioning that, but it's just similarities in the fact that the wireless Xbox controllers, the third party, I think, makes me think of it. But the 8-bit do mouse and keyboard and stuff is like that too, and I really like that. I'm guessing this part lights up. Do I have a USB somewhere? No. I think it should. It probably lights up when it's charging. That one. Alright, let's get to the controller. That's what you're all here to see, really, isn't it? Oh, it comes with little protecting rings on your thumbsticks. Interesting. It looks like, I'm going to get it to focus under here. Looks like that's probably a mute button. I don't know what this one's for. Oh, maybe that's a connection button? Because it looks like signal or something. A connector, like, you know, Bluetooth or whatever you were using it for. On the top, that is a big old thing sticking out. Top, quite strange. You got the R4, sorry, R5, L5 buttons there. I feel like you're going to very easily click that when you're trying to press the bumper. I don't know what you got it mapped to, but if you can get used to it, then it is in a very good spot for easy. Because basically, you know, if you hold your controller, this is, let's see, how do I hold my controller? I'll probably hold it like that. So my fingers are actually resting on the points right there. So, you know, you could easily have that as, you know, like clicking right stick and left stick are usually the ones that I like to map to things because they just, I don't know, I don't like doing it. I'd probably maybe map those to this. If these are mappable, then maybe I would, the back paddles is usually, sorry, usually where I map left stick, right stick to. That's what they mean by lockable. That's R4, right. So you can lock them, so if you don't want to use paddles, you just lock them and they no longer click. You haven't got to worry about accidental presses on those. You can't lock these ones though, I don't think. But I guess you could just, if you didn't want to use them, just map them to the same thing as the bumpers, right? And then no matter if you click that or that, you'd be pressing what you want to press. Here's the... I'll get some audio here, but these are very clicky when they're like that. That's as far as it goes if you want it on like the hair trigger. Or if you want the full range of more like a proper controller. These are less clicky and more clunky. Alright, but we do also have these just pop off. Okay, let's get, so these parts should pop off. So we're not breaking it. So that you can see all the little internal workings here. Stripping the feathers, plucking the feathers off the bird here. Or not. There's the inside of the controller. Sorry. Please don't. And then you can buy, I believe, the faceplate parts on their own. So when you fancy something new, you can pop a new one on. Obviously with this one though, we've got the ABXY, which I don't think those are replaceable. So you're always going to have that Wuchang kind of font on those. Yeah, so this should now pop off. They attach, unlike the it's the one thing with the like Xbox Elite controllers, outside of their durability not being that great, but the stuff being magnetic made it kind of, the D-pad could pop off fairly easily, whereas these look like they just slot in. So you can have that D-pad, you have this one which has little symbols on it. Can we get that to focus? Come on camera, you can do it. I believe. There we go. Looks like a controller, a person, and up and down set. If you've got it set to like volume controls, maybe. And then this is the same. It's got those same symbols on it. And then you can put that on like that. Re-equip its feathers. But yeah, and obviously we have this beautiful feather design on here. And then I guess that's the protagonist is there in the background there. With more of these kind of swirling stuff. The grips are, I think it's rubber. Did it say rubber? Already forgot. Rubber coated, yeah. Okay. So it felt rubbery. Alright, let's get to some sounds. I know Snail loves his ASMR button click, so let me just turn the noise gates and things off. Some are a lot more clicky than others, and that kind of clicky sound, I'm sure you heard that. D-pad was very satisfying. But I do love the fact that this has the share button too, which the Elite controllers don't. Which the the official Xbox ones, because the Series 2 came out before the Xbox Series X and S controllers, so they didn't have the share button. They have, that is where the like mode button is to cycle through the profiles, which I'm guessing is what this M button is here, unless that's mute. But I feel like that one's gonna be mute because that's got the mic symbol on it. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Yeah, this little thing up here is fairly ugly, I will say, but aesthetically it doesn't look very nice having this thing sticking up the top. But I will say, if you were to plug in the USB directly, it gives it that extra support, so that you shouldn't be able to, shouldn't snap, bend the thing in the port and stuff. So aesthetically not very nice. Functionality wise, very cool. I've got to add this in real quick post recording, because as I was editing the rest of it, I noticed that this looked like maybe it would slide out. And I was saying I thought the hat ruined the look a little bit on it, but if you have no intention of using it wired, you can indeed simply just take the hat off, and then you do still have obviously the little grooves here, the slots, the slits, whatever you want to call them, that maybe you could get stuff stuck in, but as long as you don't, keep your controller clean, shouldn't be an issue. And it looks, you get that nice smooth top look. Whereas, then if you want it wide, put the little hat back on. Simple as that. Or if you like the hat, leave the hat on. Anyway, yeah, that's figured I'd better address that, seeing as that was like the one negative I think I had on the controller, which is now pretty much been solved. Yeah, I don't know how much more I have to say about the controller. Oh, we can test out. If I plug this back in there, does it light up when I plug it in? I think it should. Because that's where it connects, obviously. Although it's not sitting very well. There we go. The connection feels a little loose on there. That's how you know it's charging, yes. And then probably a solid light when it's done. I like that the light is blue, so it kind of fits in with the theme of the rest of it. That kind of... Maybe it turns gold when it's done, I don't know. Anyway, we're not going to sit here and watch it charge. You'll have to ask Snail if the light changes colour at all. Unless it sits in here. Take a quick look. Take a quick look. Wired receiver, Bluetooth. Is that it for English? That's it for English, okay. Customization via the Game Nexus software. Oh, can you download the sorry. Download the GameSir software from the Microsoft Store on Xbox or PC, or from GameSir.com. So can you download that on the actual Xbox? That's pretty cool. It doesn't say anything about charging. Connection state, breathing, reconnecting state. Oh, okay, never mind. Solid connection successful. Or is that on the actual device, not the... Don't know. No battery. I reckon it's going to be on the base, right? I don't... Well, unless it flashes on the actual controller there. I don't know where else the light would be. If we turn it on. Yeah, there's a light around the ring, so maybe that. My guess is that though, and it will be solid. So breathing was the reconnecting. Obviously I haven't got to connect to anything. Yeah. Solid connection successful. Off. Controller will enter standby mode after 10 minutes of inactivity. In wireless mode. Maybe that is on the actual controller. any questions for Snail once he actually gets to use it. So yeah, like I said, we've got so you got two interchangeable three interchangeable D-pads, two extras. Controller, cable, stand, receiver, which I've left in there. I should take that out really. That's very cool. And last and by no means least, because this is why he bought the controller, right? Snail? No, it's not. I know he's had issues with his Elite controller, and he's been looking for a new one. And he liked the feathers on this. The reviews and whatnot have been good. Get it out carefully. There's your keyring. Got like the protagonist, I think, with whatever that means in Chinese, Japanese, or GameSir official merchandise on the back here. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to ramble about 21 minutes for this thing, but there we go. Or however long the video ends up being. I've never had a GameSir before. I've heard really good things about him, so hopefully this is good. But like I said, if you want to know more about how it how it feels to play and how it, you know, how it is to actually use, make sure you go follow Snail over on his YouTube and his Twitch. He's live on Twitch every week, so twice a week usually, and you can go ask him what the controller's like if you want to know. Thanks again for lending me this to do the unboxing. It is a very nice controller, I will say, to hold anyway. It feels very close to a normal Xbox controller, but having these two extra things here, I reckon might take a little getting used to. But I think overall that'd be very nice to have for the clicking in. Or maybe you'd have to click in on the back, and then you've got, I don't know, A or B or something on there, and you'd have to move your thumb off the face buttons. Yeah, and the interchangeability, the customers, I don't know. It's a very nice controller, as long as it works well. And I think it will be a very nice controller. So, thanks again for watching. I apologize for rambling for so long. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, make sure to give me that thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a comment, let me know why. And I hope to see you all next time.